What's up, guys? Brian from the PT channel here to talk about some potential spoilers of The Walking Dead, second part of Season 6. Potential spoilers. These may or may not occur, so let's check it out. So we got episode 611 here. We got Rick's gang go to the Hilltop community with Jesus. Jesus takes Rick's gang to the Hilltop community for the first time, so that'll be a big part of that episode. And Rick believes to kill some guy named Ethan in cold blood, so we'll see what happens if that happens or not. But they try to set up some commerce on there, but it should be a pretty good episode. Episode 12 of the Season 6 will have the Hilltop community and Rick's gang with a firefight against the Saviors. Rick's group gains the upper hand in this episode, and presumably the fight is where Rick tells the Saviors that half of Negan's stuff belongs to him. So we'll have that big part there. Episode 13 is not much about, not much craziness happens. Episode 14 is when we see this asshole again, Dwight. Dwight, last time we saw him, he was taking Daryl's motorcycle and crossbow. In the comics, he's the one that kills Abraham here, so presumably that will not happen from the information that we have. So our death prediction video shows that Abraham will die, and that is wrong by these standpoints and these facts. But you see a picture here with Abraham and Eugene where he's got an arrow in his head. Instead, he does not kill Abraham, but he kills Tara. So Tara gets the arrow in episode 14 instead of Abraham. Tara's kind of story arc is reached kind of a plateau of that, and so she's here with Denise, and she's really coached Denise to be stronger and take care of people and stuff, to be a better medical person, doctor for them. And in real life, Tara Alana Masterson has a baby here. She was pregnant on her picture from Instagram, that she had a baby in November, I believe, of last year, so she can be home with the child instead of on the show. So we got to see this guy, Dwight, again. He will be back in episodes 14 and 15 because we get to see him again. It's a turning point for the end of the season into next season. This is the last time we saw them taking Daryl's stuff. But basically, you see him again, and Daryl goes after Dwight after killing Tara. Glenn gets captured by the Saviors in a fight in episode 15, so that might set up if he gets there in episode 16. Michonne gets captured as well by the Saviors, so Glenn and Michonne both get captured there. Then you go, so they're going to be captured. We're not going to see much with them. You see Daryl goes after Dwight in the woods to get, redemption for him taking his shit and everything else. So, and he goes out with Rosita. So Daryl and Rosita are out there together to take their stuff back. But basically, Daryl and Rosita have a problem out there with some Saviors. The Saviors attack them as well. The episode ends with Dwight pointing a gun at Daryl's head and pulling the trigger. However, this is expected to be a gimmick, at least one part of Daryl, with Rosita being the one that gets shot and killed by Dwight, I believe, again. So by what we have, Dwight kills two women, which is terrible. He kills Tara and he kills Rosita, which is some bullshit that he's killing two women here. Some scumbag that takes Daryl's stuff. I got my new freaking worst character that I hate is Dwight. So Rosita will be gone and Tara will be gone by episodes 14 and 15. And you can see here that I wish that this never happened on that too. But episode 16 is the big episode where you see Negan and the Saviors back at the Hilltop community. So in the second part, there's a second trip in episode 16. There's a second trip to the Hilltop. Rick and the gang are ambushed by the Saviors. Negan makes his much expected debut and brutally beats someone to death with Lucille. The scene ends with season 6 leaving the group in tears. So that's Glenn with Lucille, at him there. But the spoiler seems to be that it will not be Glenn. Instead, it will be Daryl. I hate to say it, and I hope this is not true because Daryl's one of my favorite characters, but it seems to be that the spoilers are saying that Daryl gets beat to death by Negan, and Daryl will not be on the show anymore by the end of episode 16, season 6, and that'll be a terrible way to end it for the season finale. So Rick's group will be without Daryl, and he will not have his right-hand man. He will be relying on Michonne and Jesus and the rest of the group there too. So Daryl might be gone by the end of this season, season 6. Moving on with that, which would be terrible. If Daryl dies, we riot, right? You know, guys, so that's going to be terrible. But Jesus is supposed to be the next person to step in and be Rick's right-hand man. And here's just a picture from the comic that's pretty awesome with, you see Jesus and Heath and a couple other Michonne and a couple other group there. So we'll see what you got, and thanks, guys.